Greetings, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for the another episode for Business Automation Show, where we talk about different scenario how we can automate your business processes using that Microsoft Power Platform ecosystem. So in every session, we take a different use case and we discuss how we can, implement that automation using different set of tools. So we, discuss about those tools here. So similar to that, we will have a new use case today. So let's have a quick agenda for today. So we'll start with the basic introduction about the use case that we are going to talk today, and then we will discuss what is our proposed solution. So there may be different solutions, there may be different potential solutions for that. So but we will discuss one particular solution for that how we can implement that automation here. So we'll talk about the tools that we are going to use into our automation. So for example, today we are going to talk about the Zendesk, and then we'll talk about our workflow tool that will help us to automate those activities, those tasks. And then we'll talk about that communication channels. So for example, Microsoft Teams, where which we'll be using for the notification, and then for the Outlook, where we will be sending email using that Outlook. Okay, and then after these discussion, we will have a quick demo. So before jumping on the main topic, let's have a quick introduction about ourselves. So myself, Mahinder, and my I have my friend Sandeep Misra with me. So we both are Microsoft MVP and C Sharp Corner MVP. So we have been working with Microsoft technology. It's more than 10 years now. So yeah, so let's have our quick introduction. So let's jump on the main topic. Okay, there is something. Oh, I see something wrong here. This is not moving to next slide. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me share it from my screen directly. So it will be easy here. Uh, so Sandeep, just let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so perfect. So as we said that the use case that we have today is basically the customer support ticket system. So where basically, when we are working on any project, whether it's a new implementation project or new software development project, or we have any existing, project which we want to upgrade or enhance some new features, or maybe it's a product development life cycle that we are doing. So every project have different stages, right? So we have different stages. For example, implementation, the actual development on that, and when this is that is actual development or the deployment is done on the production, then we do support on that, or we do updates, or some kind of, if there is some migration activities there, or some there are bugs are there. So we work on different type of activities. So all that activities that we work, we need to manage them in a proper way, so that we are properly recording that if there is any support ticket that is raised by the customer, or if there is any bug that is reported by the customer, right? So we need to record those type of thing in a centralized system, where we can easily manage them, and then based on their priority, so it's basically low priority, medium, or high. Depending on that, we need to work on those, and we need to resolve them in a timely manner, right? So so for that, we are now introducing here is the Zendesk system, so that we will be using on this today use case. So this is this complete process
Mahendra,
that
one
is.
second. Uh,
Yep.
I can see only about us. So are you using any other slide? Because I can see about us just on your screen.
Okay, here, just 1 second. Now can you see that first slide,
No, it's
introduction?
just about, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, thanks for confirming that.
Yes.
So, yeah, so I was talking about that today's use case is the customer support ticket system, where we are basically kind of, this is a centralized system where we manage all the tickets that is raised by the customer or our internal team, QA team, right? So we manage all that tickets here. It help us to manage those tickets to see on the different, moving them on the different stages. So for example, we have created that, and then that is assigned to some executive or some technical person who will be working on that to the resolution on that. Once that is done, that ticket will be passed to the QA system so that they can do the testing, and finally that can be released to the production system for the end user. Right? So to maintain all these activity, we need a centralized system, right? Apart from the centralized system, as I said, that we work on the different stages, right? So creation, passing through from one team to another team, and changing their status. So when we do all these activity, we want to update our customer, we want to update the responsible team, whoever is raising these issues or bugs. So whoever they reported that, we want to let them update, okay, what's going on with their ticket, what's going on with their birth, right? So for that we use this centralized system here. So in today's use case, basically here we are having these tools that is basically we are using as a part of Microsoft ecosystem. So we have a first Zendesk that is basically totally a non Microsoft product. Okay, so we are using this to as a front end. So in our last couple of session, we discussed how we can use Microsoft Forms, right, which provide us a form where we can usually go ahead and feed our data, and that forms are also easily to design that. And then once the data is there on the Microsoft form, we can read it from the Power Automate, and then we can work on those particular items. So similar to that, today for the front desk we are using Zendesk system. So where user can submit their bug ticket or changes, so whatever is the scenario, they can do that. And then we are using Power Automate to manage our workflow, the logic that will be basically responsible for the different type of activity that we are going to automate. Yeah. And then we have the other two options here. First one, the team that we will be using for the alert and notification, so that we can send some kind of alert on the team if they are, most of the companies nowadays utilize the team, right, for their day-to-day communication. And then another one we have for the Outlook, where we will be sending email notification, so that we can just let them know, okay, this is the current status of your ticket. Okay, so that's the proposed system we have here today. So the first one is the Zendesk. Okay, this is powerful, or you can say most companies use, for that mid-sized companies use this Zendesk system to manage their support system. Okay, this support system can be categorized in a different ways depending on your scenario. So as I said, like what is your business. So if whether it's you are on the software development, or you're on the product development, or maybe you are not IT company, let's say you are doing some kind of manufacturing, right, or you are building some kind of product, and in that product you have different type of cycles or different type of stages that you maintain before it's going to the public use, right? So all that system, basically the life cycle and different stages, we can use this Zendesk. It's provide different type of feature where we can create the tickets and we can see their status. We have different kind of inbuilt channels as well. So for example, sending email, chat, phone call, or social media, that can be also done on this using the social media integration options. As well as it supports that SLA tracking as well, right? As I said, that when we raise some ticket, we have specific labels, right? So if it's a high priority, low priority, medium priority, depending on that, you have some specific time interval that under that particular time you need to respond to the customer. right? So let's take an example depending on that what is your SLA. But let's say for example, for some tickets, when the ticket is raised by the customer, you need within the 1 hour you need to reach to the customer and let them know that okay, we received this ticket, and what is your initial thought on that, or what is your initial inventions, or maybe you can say that initial when you are checking that details or finding if you have anything already there in the database that you are maintaining that okay, what was the history of the tickets. So maybe there are existing tickets which is matching with the same one. Okay, so what will be your resolution? So those kind of thing you just update that customer. So within the specific time interval you need to reach out to the customer. Okay, and then depending on that, maybe there is a low priority or medium, so this time can be different, maybe 1 day, 2 day, or 4 hours or 6 hours, depending on that. So that kind of thing can be also done in the Zendesk system, and it also support AI. So we can create power bots there on that, which can also help you to simple scenario tickets that you can raise there, and you can get some feedback if there is some database maintained behind the scene for that. Okay, so this is the system that we are going to use today for the front end. The next one is Power Automate. So Power Automate, basically we are using for the workflow management here to automate our activities. So Power Automate is basically Microsoft Cloud service which provide us different kind of option where we can integrate different application, whether they are Microsoft or non-Microsoft application. So as I said that this Zendesk is a totally non-Microsoft application, but we have connectors available. Using those connector we can pass information between Power Automate and Zendesk. Or is there any kind of other system, like for example Team or Outlook? So those type of information back and forth we can pass using the these connectors that is part of the Power Automate. Okay, so we are basically using those connectors to get the data from the Zendesk, and then based on that we are performing different type of actions. And that you can see for example here, so it will get the data from here when the ticket is created, and then we are posting that notification to the team channel that is created for the team. And then you can also send the mobile notification so that they will get push notification on their mobile, and SMS there, so they can see that as well. Okay, so apart from that we can also do these are like for that in the Power Automate we have connectors for the Dataverse, Dynamics, all that ecosystem that is part of the Power Platform. So those type of thing we can easily connect using the connector that is available here. The another one, now we are using Microsoft Teams. So as I said, for sending the notification on the team. So you can see here on the Power Automate, we have on the this Microsoft Team connector, you can see that we have different type of trigger here. So when this trigger will happen, we have different type of actions that we can perform based on these triggers. Okay, so here we are using that Microsoft Teams connector. So it will get that detail from the Power Automate. So whatever, whether we want to send then this ticket status update, or any kind of assignment information, like for example your ticket is assigned to this particular person, or your ticket is assigned to this particular team. So those kind of notification we can use on the Microsoft Team. So they will get that notification, so whoever is part of that channel, all that it will be basically the message will be displayed on that particular channels. So in the team we can create different type of channels. So for this as well we can set up there, and they will get notification over there. Another one, we have this Outlook. So for the email notification we are using this Outlook connector. So let's take an example that apart from the team notification, we want to also send them email. Okay, or on the resolution of that, or when that is closed, or completed, we want to send them the notification that this ticket is completed. For that, we can use Outlook connector, and Outlook connector is also available on the Power Automate. As you can see, we have the triggers, and then we have different type of actions that we can use for sending email to our customer. Okay, so that's the use case here we are using now. So I will pass mic to my friend Sandeep, and he will showcase this use case, and he will show you the demo that how we can set up this and create this kind of automation into your system. Okay.
Yeah. So thank you, Mahendra. Let me share my screen. So is it visible?
Not yet.
Yes. So now I can see.
Yeah, we can
Correct?
see it now. Yep.
Yeah. So the thing is, like you explained in this demo, we are going to automate the customer support, and most of the businesses they are using Gendex. Like that is the most popular help desk you can see. And most of the companies are using, and in that case, like when you are using Gendex, and at the same time, companies are using Microsoft 365 for Outlook and for their team communication. So what we are going to do is we are going to show a demo when you are using Gendex and you are creating the tickets, you are updating the tickets, and at the same time, you want that the communication should be communicated in your team's environment and using Outlook as well. Apart from that, like we are using Gendex, you can, in the same way, you can use Freshdex or any other help desk system which is available in the market, because all those connectors are available in Power Automate. So what I'm going to do is, like I already logged in a Gendex. Whenever you logged in Gendex, it will give you a subdomain URL. You can also create your own domain. We are not going to discuss that because that is not the part of this demo, but you can create your account. Once you will create your account, you will get this kind of environment where you will have the home page. You will able to see all your tickets, you will able to see all your customers and other reports and all. After that, like as Mahendra said, like we need Power Automate. So you will go here in launch menu and then you will click on Power Automate. So it will take you on a Power Automate page. We already explained all those features, how you can create the new flow, how you can use all these templates and these other menu items. So what we are going to do is we are going to create our first demo where whenever a ticket is created in Gentex, we will post a message in Teams. So in a similar way, like whatever other steps you want to add, you can add. But here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the trigger, like whenever you are creating a item in Gendex, how it will be triggered by Power Automate, and then you will access the information, like all those properties of the Gendex, and you will utilize those properties for further communication in Teams or Outlook. So I will just use it. I will search here like Gendex creation automation. So here in triggers, you need to search for Gendex. So you will get all those available tickets. So you can see we have a ticket, and any the other one is when item is modified, and one we have when item is created. So in this case, we are going to select when item is created, and we'll use that. So once you will click, you can see uh, you will click on this particular step like trigger, and the first input we can see that is the table name, because in Gendex it is not just ticket, we have some other uh, entities as well. So if you click here, you can see like activities, articles, group membership, all those like available tables are here. So you can select a particular table on which you want to apply the trigger. So in our case we are using tickets, so I will just click tickets here. You can also see like based on the filters and other query parameters you want to apply, you can apply here, but we are not going to use that. So we'll just close it out. And then the next step is that we'll try to post this information in Microsoft Teams. So we will use post. Let me search Teams. And then you will see all those connectors related to the Microsoft Teams. So more, so we'll get posts and message. So I'm using post a message in chat art channel. So I will select a like flow board, and then we will use a channel we are using, and then the team. So I'm going to select a demo team. And that is what I use for my demo purpose, and then the channel. So the good part is like once you will select here, you will see the dynamic uh, parameter. Using that, you will able to use all those uh, the parameters you are getting from Zendex. So you can see we are just getting a few parameters here. If you click on see more, you will able to see all those parameters and all those inputs you can see here in a particular ticket, and that is what you can access here in our flow. So you can see we have type, subject, description, priority, status, and also request ID, submitter ID. So that's the good part. So you can just here type like ticket subject, and you will pick the subject from here. Is created. So I will just save it, and then we will try to test it. And we'll go here, we'll click on new ticket. So I'm just selecting my name. I created some customer over there, support group. So tags are similar, like if any particular tag you want to apply, you can apply here. If it is available, if it is not available, you can directly create from here. That is a problem. And then hi, you can set up, and then the other, and I will type access problem. So I'm just adding, I'm not able to access my PC, a problem, and that is what we can save from here. Submit as a new. So this ticket is created. We'll go here and see that how this flow is working. So let me refresh. Sometimes it's taking time. So we'll test one more time. I will just go here, select the edit. I will try to create ticket one more time. So I think it worked, but it is not showing there. So one more time, I'll go here and we'll just use that already created one and we'll try to test using that. So you can see it's working and then it will go here in Microsoft Teams. So you can see this message came here. What we added over there, like access problem is created. So this is how, like my friend, you will able to create this, like the trigger based on this trigger, we were able to access the data and post it in Microsoft Teams. In the same way, what I'm going to do is in next flow, I'm going to create a trigger where we will modify something in Gendex and we'll try to fetch the data from Gendex like any other object you want to access. And based on the trigger, you want to access the customer data or any other entity in Gendex. So how you can get the data using your trigger. So then we'll go back to the create, we'll click on create and I will search modify ticket and then we'll search for the Gendex trigger and we'll use when an item is modified. I will click on create. The same thing we need to do, we need to select a particular table. In our case, we'll select the tickets. And then in next step, we will try to add a action where we will fetch the data from Gendex. So I will search here Gendex and we will able to access all those. So Gendex related actions you can see here. These many actions we have: create item, get items, search articles, delete. So in our case, we are going to use the get item. So I will select this and here again, we need to select the table. Like in our case, we are going to access customer. So I will select the user and then the item key. For that, we will use the trigger ID. So ID from the not trigger ID, we'll use the requester ID, the person who created this particular ticket. So you can see the users, and in that we'll use the customer ID as a requester ID. So we'll get the customer record, and then we will send email to customer about the status update. So I will select this and go here, and we'll use the customer ID. Like you can see when get item in get item, I will just search it and I will use the email address and in subject your ticket and we use the subject here is updated with status. So I will select status here. The next thing is I will use the customer name and will update with the status we have. Yes. So now you can see like we are sending email to the customer. We are creating a dynamic subject based on your ticket subject is updated with the status and we'll save it. So let me test this flow. I will go with the manual one and then we'll go here and we will change the status with solved. We'll go back here and we'll try to see. As it is the third party application, this is not directly connected with the Power Automate. That's why sometimes it's taking time on this particular canvas. But behind the scene, the flow is running. So that's why sometimes we are not able to see the update directly here on canvas. So might be we have to refresh it or we go here and check. the status, go back and see. So there is no status. I will try to run it. So let's wait for a few seconds and then we'll try it. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, 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 we can hear you. Sometimes it takes time, like background processing, and as you said that there are these two different application, and we are communicating using connector. So sometime this it's not visible here quickly. Just like we,
Yeah,
if we use any inbuilt Power
yeah, that's
Automated
why.
application. Yeah,
So that's why I'm waiting this time because sometimes it's taking time
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
uh, update the status here in Power Automate. So again, it's taking time. I will just try to refresh, say the status here. So I will try one more time. Just go here and click on salt. So status is updated. So now you
Yeah.
can see it is
Okay.
working. Sometimes it is quite fast, sometimes it is
Yeah.
quite slow. So you can see like that's the beauty of Power Automate. So you can see like we are able to send email. I got that particular, like I got that email, but that time also it was showing that it's not working, but still I got that email. So you can see this is how it will send customer like subject and all ticket is created on behalf of the listener. I guess this problem. I think that was the old one. So let's go back here and test automatically success. So I will show that how we are getting the data here in output. You will able to see customer related data here, like the verified, active, the email address. So this is how we are able to access that. I think I was updating the another ticket. So in that ticket, my email address was not there, and that's why I didn't get that. So here email address is another
Yeah.
one.
Maybe. Yeah.
Might be the demo one, and that's why I was not getting. But you can see the customer information is here, and that is what we are using here to send message. So output message will be something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So based on this, like the third party, how you can communicate using third party application in Power Automate, connectors are available. You can connect and how you can get the data from like the example we shown here, like how you can use the trigger, how you can get data, and then you can use the Power Microsoft M365 applications for communication or messaging. So back to the Mahindra.
Yeah. Yeah, so thank you, Sandeep, for showcasing that. And this, this is a simple scenario that we have taken, that how we can use it then, Zendesk connector and the connector that is for the Teams and Outlook. But of course, depending on your requirement, we can, use different type of actions. If there is some kind of validation that you need to do, if you want to apply some kind of condition, or maybe there is in between. Let's take an example for, if you have, using dynamic CRM or business central, maybe some ticket is created, you also want to bring that ticket into dynamic CRM, or customer engagement or business central or any other system. We can also do using those connector inbuilt, and we can pass the data to these application. Okay, so that's a simple scenario, but of course you can put your own particular requirement there and fulfill that. So yeah, so that's what we wanted to cover today with this customer support ticket system. And we will be back in next session with another use case, where we will discuss what are the different other use case we have, and we can automate them. So thank you for joining us today. Stay tuned, and all our sessions are available on YouTube. You can watch there and provide your feedback there. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.